Welcome to the Gear Slum, your one-stop shop for all things guitar culture nonsense. I'm Aaron.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Cole.
We slum it hard, so you don't have to. Wah, 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 wah. Dude, imagine like Mozart rave style though.
No, don't do that, Phil. I'll murder you.
Why not?
Disgusting.
I'll do it if I want.
Please don't want. Please don't want.
So, have you guys watched the first season of American Vandal, right?
I watched portions of it, like
Season
a
1?
third of it.
Yes.
What do you think I would have meant when I said the first season? Phil,
Go on.
what else could that have meant in your mind? I'm just curious. Okay,
Come
so
back
you
to
did.
me.
You saw the whole season.
Every
And you-
episode?
And you liked all of it, right?
Well, I don't know the show personally.
And I was sort of like, I really liked the first half, and I was kind of so-so on the second half, but it's still good. So, and neither of you have watched any of this new season?
I have watched part of the first episode.
Okay. Did it not hook you, or did you just have other crap come up?
Probably both.
No pun intended.
I think the first one hooked me because of the personality, and I mentioned this to you, the personality of the, should we call him the antagonist?
Yeah, he's sort of like the, I don't know. He's like a fallen hero in some sense, like depending on which episode you're at, you know.
Right, yeah. And he's the prankster, if you will. He's introduced in the beginning, very very early on. And I was like, dude, I love this guy. And so
you love to hate him.
No, I kind of love him.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, I was not friends with that guy in high school, but I knew
You were that guy.
I knew that guy in high school, and sometimes that guy in high school was mean to me. But
but he isn't like, he's not malicious. Yeah, I'm trying to remember 100%, but like
sometimes he is a little bit.
He is a little bit, but he's not like his bullying. What bullying he does is very superficial.
Yes,
you know,
it's
like
not
nobody's gonna be scarred by him. They'll just be like annoyed by him.
Wait, but didn't he have he had a YouTube channel, and didn't he like
the neighbor,
like hump nuns or something like that? There's something weird like that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It was something super not cool.
Hump nuns. At any rate, so this season has some really good characters as well. There's a high school athlete that's like, they do a really good job with him. There's like he's like a basketball star kind of thing, and man, it's like every interview you've ever seen with star athletes, like in the way that they're delusional and they've kind of been told
they're the
how
best.
great they are their whole life, you know?
Yeah.
So you guys will have to watch it. So I watched that entire thing on one of these days, and then I watched all of the new BoJack Horseman season a few days later. So I've been doing pretty good lately.
Yeah, I feel super left out of this podcast because I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
You haven't watched
We're
BoJack?
talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
We are talking about Netflix, Aaron.
Have you watched BoJack at all, Phil?
No, not
Oh,
enough. I
okay.
mean, I
Well,
know,
then never
I'm
mind.
aware of it, and
I'm aware of it in like a personal sense.
Yeah, like I'm like
Oh, like you know him.
Like I've been in the cafeteria when BoJack Horseman is also in the cafeteria. But I wouldn't say we've ever like hung out, like gone to parties or whatever.
Yeah, your acquaintances.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure you've never gone to a party. I kid.
Look at this guy with the jokes.
Guys, did you hear about this one? Mr. Arby.
Roast beef.
John Arby.
B period.
R.B. Johnson just bought Sonic the Hedgehog franchise from Sony.
From Sony.
Dude, that's
did you hear about that?
That's the fast food restaurant with Tood.
That's
Sonic,
like
Sonic is. Like when you
That's
stop
like-
moving, he taps his foot and folds his arms, looks at you like, come on.
Yeah. Let's get this party moving.
that's like the kind of thing that I used to. Never mind.
We're not
Go
interrupting you, Phil. See?
No.
That's what
I know.
happens when we don't interrupt him, viewers at home. That is
changed
what
my mind.
happens.
I changed my
We
mind.
interrupt him for his own good.
The funny thing about Sonic is that if you look at a corn dog, it kind of has like a tail, right? So it's kind of like Tails.
Ooh, Sonic and Tails. This,
So, but really what happened is Arby's bought out Sonic drive-through restaurants, which got me thinking. I had this completely original idea. What would be your dream fast food marriage?
Oh, that's a good idea, Aaron.
Isn't it a great idea that I had?
I think it'd be cool to get married at McDonald's, like in the ball pit.
Is there glue in that ball pit?
Listen, there.
That's not where it lives, I don't think. It's where it
There's-
goes just
there's
after it's created. I don't know.
I think it might be near Disneyland. There's a McDonald's that has like this weird like automated organ, and it's like playing like goofy weird clown music in the background while you eat. And that would be a cool place to get married.
Did you know that in the McDonald's in Sedona, Arizona, the arches are turquoise colored instead of yellow?
And
Like
where?
for the
Flagstaff?
First
The
Nations.
McDonald's in Sedona.
Where's
Oh, sorry, you
Sedona?
couldn't hear me over Phil's circus noises.
Ridiculousness.
To show respect to the First Nations.
No, apparently the guy that opened it, like lied to McDonald's and told them that they weren't allowed to have anything yellow on their building in the town.
What? Like because he hated yellow?
Because he wanted it to be like special. So
Or just like
Oh
a
my
troll.
gosh.
It's just like a classic
Like
troll
what a
job.
punk. That's so
pretty
weird.
great.
But it's like such a weird thing to be like, no, we can't.
Especially because, like, in some
because otherwise they
ways-
wouldn't have let him like
oh
do
yeah,
a special
look at that.
color.
It is. So I just Googled Sedona
Yeah,
McDonald's.
it's cool.
It says it's the only one in the world with turquoise arches.
Yeah, no duh.
Like the thing is, in some ways, like part of what you're buying when you buy McDonald's franchises is the logo being recognizable.
Yeah,
And
you're buying
granted,
the notoriety. Exactly.
and this isn't. Well, it's not even like one of the big tall signs. It's just like a.
Yeah, it's like on the wall.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think it's great.
that is pretty great.
This is
And
that's
that's like
something that our
commitment.
tour guide
That's
told us.
commitment to like ridiculousness, you know.
Okay.
And like,
So there are more than 3,500 Sonic restaurants in 44 states. And they paid, you said 2.3 billion?
something like that. 3.2 billion, I thought. Is Aaron still here?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, okay.
Listening.
But
I'm
part
just-
of me, like, so this is showing my ignorance. And I don't know that any of us has extensive knowledge when it comes to fast food franchises, but like,
do.
how much, like, each individual location has an owner, right?
It depends. So there's two ways that these things happen. Sometimes they're franchised.
One of us does
but then,
have extensive knowledge.
well, so like McDonald's, I think, does both. So they have some restaurants that are like franchise and some that are corporate.
Yeah.
And like there's
they
a lot
have
of
some restaurants with franchise.
there's a lot of restaurants that I think have
that's
that
a
mix.
Brian Regan. That's a Brian Regan bit. You want franchise? Anyways.
Stupid.
Okay, sorry. What were you saying?
That's all I was saying. So they don't all have owners.
Okay, so some of them are
Because
like
if it's corporate, then it
by-
won't have an owner. Yeah,
Okay.
those have a manager. But if it's franchise, then it will have an owner. Where was I? I was somewhere the other day, and I was asking about something, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have that because we're corporate." Oh, at Buffalo Wild Wings, they said they like did away with one of their wing specials because they're corporate, but the one in the town over is a franchise, so they like can do whatever they want, basically.
Yeah, I think Taco Bell's the same way, right? Like, because sometimes you'll go to Taco Bell and you're like, "Hey, do you have that Dorito, that flaming
Doritos
Dorito
Locos.
thing?" And they're like, "No, we don't, because we're not."
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're not owned by the man.
That's why like a lot of them say participating restaurants only.
Exactly,
Because
yes.
the franchises don't always have to opt in to the specials.
Maybe some of it is like, well, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I bet there's some stuff that does a lot better in some places than other places.
Yeah, well, I think
Yeah,
there's
probably.
regional stuff too.
Yeah, like turquoise colored arches, like go over better.
Yeah.
in
In
near the
lands with-
Navajo Nation.
Yeah, on the res.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Buffalo Wild Wings, the dude who owns Arby's also owns Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, really?
What, dude?
And now also Sonic.
We need a superstore.
So,
I wonder if they're going to make like a combination, like the Pizza Hut Taco Bell thing they have.
Please.
Have you ever been to one of those?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
They're the best.
here's the thing. The first time I saw one and I went in and I was like super excited. And I was like, could I get like a Mexican pizza on like an actual pizza? And they didn't think that was cool or funny at all. And
I
they
agree
like
with them.
And they were like,
that's like when
they didn't wanna do it.
waitress says, "I'll be your waitress tonight," and you say, "I'll be your customer tonight."
Were you joking or were you serious?
I seriously wanted to mix the foods. And they're like, no, we don't do that.
Well,
Yeah, because they sell like individual items.
but also,
but
like,
here's what's
you coulda
garbage.
You could have just bought both of them and like
Yeah, made it yourself.
put one
Okay,
on top of
but-
the other one. You know.
Yeah, but if I go to Carl's Jr.
Mm-hmm.
and I want a famous star, but I want Santa Fe sauce on it, they will do that for me. So
Well, I'm sure if you ask them to like
What
put
the
hot
H?
sauce
Yeah.
on your pizza, they might do that.
But like, if you ask them to put a famous star inside of a burrito or something, they probably won't do that.
Yeah.
They sell burritos.
Do you
there, too.
have a green burrito at your Carl's Jr.'s?
yes,
We used to, but I don't see them anymore.
I feel like some do and some don't in my area.
I did go to McDonald's.
It feels like it's 50-50.
I owe a few people an apology.
Oh,
Ayo. So the McDonald's near me,
Near me.
near my house, the one that I used to go to, like that was near my office, didn't have the double cheeseburger meal anymore. They like discontinued it.
the 2 cheeseburger meal.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, sorry, the 2 cheeseburger meal, but then I went to McDonald's the other day and ordered one, and sure enough, they had it. They just gave it to me. All I had to do was give them money.
Okay.
They just gave it to me, and I thought so. So I owe some people an apology because, well, I don't know if I owe anyone an apology. When I said that my McDonald's didn't have the 2 cheeseburger meal anymore, lots of people said, "Well, you're an idiot because it does still have it," and you know how people
It's
like to
become
think,
like-
well, because this is my life experience, this must be the same as everyone else's. You know, it's like a very narrow-minded
Like-
view of
Like
things.
these people on the internet believed that they know all of the McDonald's policies in the greater Salt Lake area.
Yeah, these people.
But the McDonald's I went to on Saturday, it's next door to In-N-Out, and it's across the street from Chick-fil-A. And they're all like, within 30 yards of each other. And I chose McDonald's out of those 3 choices.
I can see that, though.
When you said fast food marriage, what did you mean by that? Were you talking about like a
merger,
Mexican
like
pizza on pizza?
I was talking about a Taco Bell Pizza Hut kind of thing, with the caveat that you are allowed to mix up.
How about this? Let's, instead of that, do this. It's better. I'm going to punch up your bit. So not just 2 chains, but like one specific item from each chain that you want to combine.
Yes. Obviously, that's what I was getting at.
Well,
it wasn't that obvious to me.
It wasn't obvious to me either. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said it.
Okay, well.
I would...
This is tough because a lot of things are good on their own.
I really like Western bacon cheeseburgers.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they're crappy.
Yeah, they're the worst.
But everyone likes to hate on most fast food restaurants. Like Arby's gets a lot of flack, but like Arby's is good, man. I don't care what anyone says.
None of us do.
Like I'll eat a freaking beef and cheddar right now. I wish I was eating one.
Do you like the bun with or without the onions?
Either way, I don't dislike it with the onions.
Nice. So, is that yours, Phil? Mexican pizza on a pizza?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry for assuming that.
Angry. No, you idiot. Aaron, you ignorant slut.
Do you have one in mind?
I think I'm going to go Chick-fil-A and Carl's Jr.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Well, what items, though?
Shut up and let me tell you. I'm going to say classic Chick-fil-A sandwich with a... now, don't judge me. With the $6 guacamole burger.
$6 guacamole.
Like combined?
Yes. What do you mean?
And what?
Like
how combined? How?
But are you having like just
Like
completely
stacked
like
one on
double
top of the
buns?
Yes. I mean, remove one of the buns.
Which one?
I think I'd remove the Carl's Jr. bun because there's something magical about the
powdered sugar.
The Chick-fil-A bun.
Powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar on the bun or
in the bun
in the batter.
Yeah.
When they're making.
Dude,
in the dough.
Chick-fil-A is freaking diabolical, man.
Yeah, it has powdered sugar.
So
or maybe
is the
not powdered sugar.
one,
No, I'm thinking of in the batter, like in the
fried,
chicken batter.
Fried chicken?
It's fried chicken
with
in
like
the bun
pickles
because they
or
put it in
something?
those bags. It's all steamy.
Yeah, yeah.
The bun is all like.
Not the spicy boy?
Oh, dude. No. Oh, my gosh. That one.
Okay.
It's exactly the same. It's just spicy, right? Yes, that one.
You are kind of a spicy boy, you know?
I'm thinking of myself as the bad boy of guitar podcasts.
I've been known to be the spicy boy once in a while. We're talking about our digestive systems, right? It gets pretty spicy sometimes.
Spicy Boy Scouts.
Spicy Boy Scouts.
That's a good. That sounds. It's coming to me now. I'm like getting behind what you're saying.
Thank you.
I feel like it's too much beef, though.
Why?
There's only. Beef
Have you ever
on
had
one of
chicken
those
and
items.
beef in your mouth at the same time?
Yeah, I'm saying like I think it would be better with a standard patty instead of the $6 burger patty.
I
Yeah,
see.
I'm not a huge fan, and I don't like guacamole that much.
But they don't call it that anymore, do they? Now it's called like the.
Well, they got rid of the $6 burgers, and now they have the. What are they?
They call it something else.
They're like on a brioche bun or some fancy.
Because now they're like $8.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's so funny about it. Well, because even when they were $6, like the whole joke was, or the whole point of it was, well, you can go to a restaurant and get a burger for $6, but
No.
Or you can have ours. Like originally they were like $4, and
yeah,
that was
the point
thing,
was
like,
this tastes like
this
it
would
should
cost you $6 in a
$6.
restaurant. Yeah,
How long ago was that?
probably
I
like
don't know,
15
20
years or
yeah,
so.
15
Yeah, maybe
years.
20.
Damn.
It's been a while.
Holy crap.
I was either in high school or right out of high school.
Oh,
Dude, that was like that was the closest fast food restaurant to my house. And you better believe when I got my driver's license, I would go there on the reg.
you realize that the fact that we're having this conversation is the same thing as like grandpa's like saying when I was your age,
Yeah.
you could get a cheeseburger for a nickel. And it's like, Grandpa, nobody cares. Like
Yeah,
I remember thinking, Grandpa,
yeah.
why are you even
But-
telling me this, Grandpa?
But no, the people listening to this are fellow grandpas. So it's okay. It's not. We're not like our viewers aren't all 60 years younger than us.
So it debuted in 2001
Dude,
at $3.95.
I remember thinking this is a revelation.
Yeah, dude.
When that happened, I was like, this is genius.
I always was just all about the Western bacon cheese.
The double or single?
Single.
Here's why I don't
Double
like
is too much. Like the single is
double
like the
is, like,
perfect
a lot.
ratio of bun to meat.
it's too much meat in your mouth.
Yeah.
Here's why I don't
not
like
enough buns.
the Western bacon cheese.
Okay.
The barbecue sauce is
barbecue sauce.
it's too much sweet.
No, it's perfect.
Oh, it's good.
So I'm
No.
cool with a Western bacon
Here's-
cheese with the sauce on the side, so I can just give it just a little bit here and there.
Maybe this makes total sense, but it's weird to me that Carl's Jr. has used the same barbecue sauce for as long as I can remember on the burger and in their barbecue sauce packets, but they're two completely different sauces. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like they've both stayed consistent, but they're not the same.
Yeah,
as each other.
they're
Consistently
so
different, and they call them both barbecue sauce.
Yeah, yeah.
Did they use like bullseye barbecue in their packets?
No, it's just like some generic.
I remember we
think-
had that at.
I think a long
high
time
school and
ago
school.
it was like some branded thing. But I always get barbecue sauce when I eat fast food. Like that's what I eat with my fries. I hate ketchup with fries. Is that weird?
Have
right. I thought of something. Here's what I'm going to go with. The Carl's Jr. breakfast burger with Jack in the Box taco inside.
Do we have to like combine them?
Yes,
Yeah. That's the marriage to become one.
Because I was just gonna say like I want
Never the twain shall part.
a Western bacon cheeseburger with
the breakfast sandwich cleaves with the taco,
with cinnamon twists.
leaves his mother and father.
You can
and
put the
cleaves.
cinnamon twists in. If that was the case, it would just be like any burger that I want with McDonald's fries.
Yeah, exactly. That's one.
shoved in it.
In-N-Out double with McDonald's fries.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, that sounds freaking
Yeah,
great.
totally. And I've done that before. Like I've gone at that place where there's an In-N-Out right next door to McDonald's.
Oh, nice.
You hit 2 drive-thrus.
Yeah. When it's not, if it's like 3 PM and there's no wait, you know. Of course, when it's 3 PM, that you're not, you know, the fries might not be fresh, but still,
You're a hero.
McDonald's is always. Yeah, I'm also obese.
But
so-
fresh is not the problem. Like In-N-Out fries are fresh, but
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying the McDonald's ones.
But they suck.
yeah.
Yeah, In-N-Out
Fight
fries
me.
at their best are terrible.
Yeah, fight me.
I don't think
Anybody.
anyone's
I
going to
don't
fight you
care.
because that's like a very understood. Like even the most diehard In-N-Out,
It's a clear
apologist
compromise.
is like, the fries are good enough. And I have good memories of In-N-Out, so it's worth it.
I feel like the people that defend the fries go, but they've never been frozen before. And it's like,
I don't care.
okay.
Like I don't care if they were like
we're
shot
talking
up
about my
into
freaking-
space and came back.
You know
Yeah,
what else
we're
has
talking
never
about
been
my
frozen?
taste buds, bro.
My poop. And I'll take a corn dog that used to be frozen over poop any day.
yeah, here. Have I told you guys the story about when I was working at McDonald's for just a couple months and this old lady came in, like really, really
Yes.
old, to place an order?
And like belittled you.
No. That's a different.
Oh.
That's a different
Did
story.
she use like a hard R? That other one.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And that was a middle-aged father with his children.
Whoa.
Yes.
was a
and he looked
time.
me in the eyes and called me the R word.
It was a simpler time when parents had no problem using hate speech around their children.
Yeah. It was pretty lame. But that's not the story I wanted to tell. The story I wanted to tell was this little tiny old lady, all frail. She comes in. She, like, shuffles up to the register.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Oh, I think, it's been so long. I'm so hungry." And she seemed so excited to be there. And I was like, "Oh, okay, great. Well, take your time." And she's like, "Just give me a minute. I'm just going to look at the menu." And I'm like, "Oh, all right." And then she goes,
"Piece of crap.
Oh, the super size. That looks good. I'll have that."
I'll have the super size.
And I go,
"Did you say, like, you stupid woman?"
And I'm like, and I
Did you say, "Well, you can't because that dude ruined it for everyone"?
Yeah, because freaking Morgan Spurlock.
This was
Morgan
like
Spurlock.
right before that.
Fake documentary.
So this was like, it was 39 cents to get to.
This is back when you could actually get a large soda at McDonald's.
Yes, to get
instead of a freaking 24-ouncer or whatever they sell now.
To add on bigger fries and a bigger drink, it was 39 cents. And she looked at the big sign and she said, I'll have the large fry and the large drink for 39 cents."
And I like, paused for legally, a second. We can't say no.
And I'm like,
say no.
Okay, this is not going to go well. Well, okay, ma'am, that's an add-on to a meal.
It's an upgrade.
What? She goes, "What?" And I go, "Well, you're adding that. It's in addition to a meal." "But I don't want a meal." "Okay, well, so here's how much. These are the fries, and these are the drinks over here and over here." And she goes, "But that's not 39 cents." I'm like, and we just kind of like talked in circles for a really long time, and she just kept getting angrier and angrier. And then she left very angry and not happy and, sweet old lady anymore.
Stupid. What an idiot.
Man, it's freaking old people.
She probably died pretty soon after that.
I think she might have died in the parking lot.
She's too dumb to figure out the world.
She had a brain hemorrhage from anger induced.
So, guys, do you remember Orianthe?
No? I don't think that term is
Orianthe, maybe? Anymore. So she was...
That's not the preferred nomenclature.
She's this guitar player from Australia, I think. But she had a hit a while back. Like, she was, like, with Carlos Santana playing guitar, maybe.
Oh, weird.
And so she's, like, the queen of shred or whatever. So she plays the PRS. Anyway, this company, Nexi, Nexi, just announced that they're doing, like, a collaboration with her of effects pedals.
Is it pedals for girls?
No, but it got me looking at the Nexi website.
It's like pedals that are like ergonomically.
And they do so they have like foot. Their own like pedal board system where you just plug the pedal into the board. Like it's hard. I sent you a link to it. So
I like the fact that when you look them up on Google, it says Nexi Industries best pedal board for guitar.
Yeah. You like pull up this rubber piece and then you stick the pedal on there and it like gets the power and the signal all through there. So there's no cables. So you just plug in. It's like a modular pedal board, but like the boards are like, or the pedals are actual pedals and they have these massive buttons on them. But here's the funny thing is they have starter kits. So
and they're like barefoot buttons kind of.
Yeah, they're like really wide and flat. So the punk starter kit comes with the 8 pedal board, but it comes with 3 pedals: fuzz, distortion, and overdrive.
That's awesome.
And it says
it's like
carrying all the amazing analog click and play featured guitar effect pedals you need to create aggressive punk rock. Let me see. They also have a blues one. The blues kit comes with Screamer. Oh, Dutch Screamer, which is, tube screamer, overdrive, tremolo, and delay. This is kind of cool.
But it like.
But you're like stuck with them completely.
That's the thing. Like the benefit that you're getting is not having to use patch cables and get a power supply, I guess. But like that is far outweighed by the cost of being stuck using these ghetto pedals, you know.
So you can use the pedal
like charging ports?
like on its own.
That's what I was wondering. The ports on the side, it looks like they were like
probably.
They're probably just like USB power, so you can charge your phone while you're playing or whatever. Or like
I was wondering
wireless.
if they were like, if they started making pedals and they were like, and they had drilled all the enclosures, and then they were like, wait a minute, I got a better idea. Damn it, we drilled all these holes already.
Wait a minute.
It's cool, just like shove rubber things
like
in
these
them.
pedals are all analog. Why do we have these USB ports? Whatever. Oh yeah, then they have this weird little like adapter so you can put your own pedal on it, and it also has like a 9-pin serial connector.
Yeah.
What in the world?
I'm trying to find the boards. Where are the
these
boards?
things are like that is so misguided. That seems like.
Where are you seeing that picture, Cole?
It's called Connexi.
Connexi.
Yeah, here I'll send it to you guys. Like
you can also get Solution Starter Pack.
Like I could see this back in a time when people were very
Final Solution
about the idea.
Back in the time of the Final Solution.
Back, like when I don't know, like in the 80s and 90s, having a pedal board wasn't like a normal thing.
Right.
It was you had some pedals and maybe you just have batteries in all of them and you unplug the cables when you're done with them, you know, and throw them in a bag but nowadays it's like such a well-oiled machine as far as like the industry of pedal boards that it seems like what's the demand for this?
Yeah, it's really weird. But I guess you can use the pedals like independent of the board. It does look like they have. At first I thought they didn't have 1/4-inch jacks, but it looks like they do. But yeah, it is weird.
Too.
But again,
I'm wondering if the bottom rubber thing is interchangeable.
But like, what do they have 1/4-inch jacks? Because the ones I'm seeing don't. They just have little like.
Scroll all the way
they have
down,
like black dots on the side.
Foot.
Yeah, or are those like?
I think those are
something?
1/4-inch jacks.
But
I think
it looks like
is there? Do you have any reason to think that these pedals will sound better than any other pedal you can buy?
I have no reason. I have reason to believe they will sound terrible because they look idiotic.
I know they look completely ridiculous. So
they look like little kid toys.
Did you see the ones? Did you see the? So go to like the click on like Racing Stripes or one of the pedals. They have the wah and it's like has two little bass parts where it fits in 2 slots.
Yeah.
And then the treadle on top. It looks so dumb.
I think it's treadle.
I like that there's an acoustic board. There's an acoustic board that has acoustic reverb, acoustic chorus.
There's an acoustic compressor.
Compression.
Yeah, which does make sense, but
no.
Acoustic compressor makes sense.
That's because you want uses acoustic guitar.
You want very different things for like a standard acoustic compression than you do electric guitar compression.
Yeah.
Well, I don't use compression.
Okay.
I know.
I believe compression is a myth.
I don't ride horses, but I understand why people use different kinds of saddles for different events.
Why would you understand?
Because I'm capable of understanding things outside my own experience.
I gotta admit, I don't know why people use different saddles.
I don't even know if they do. I made that up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh man!
Thank you, Cole, for not lying to me.
That is such. But again, like, I just don't see the appeal of this, especially when you can get, like, a multi-effects, like a Boss, like some Boss multi-effects board that's 5 years old or whatever. Mm-hmm. I guarantee is going to sound a million times better than these.
Like the G100 kind of thing, you mean?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. The GT100 or something.
Yeah.
Like,
First sentence in the Why Nexi section. We are a bunch of frustrated guitarists and boutique analog stompbox fanatics from Amsterdam.
Ooh, that means...
Dude, speaking of effects pedals, did you guys see that that new Supro Keeley amp?
No.
I have heard of it.
So I posted it in our group, and I think
I heard about it on another podcast.
What did you say? You heard about it where? On another podcast?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me tell you something about that. That podcast talked about it, saying it was posted in their group. It was actually posted in our group.
Suckers.
I only know that because the comment that someone said they made on it, they made on my post in our group. Or maybe I posted it in their group. One of the two. It was
the plot
was
thickens.
Me. At any rate, it was me.
The
as long
truth
as you get
is,
credit.
Aaron believes that he created the 60 Cycle Hum podcast and group.
Yeah, it was my idea. It's not a big deal, guys. It's just this thing that I did.
But the check is in the mail, am I right?
As long as it clears. Anyway.
Oh, that's what it was.
So, it's Supro and Keeley, and they put out an amp together that's supposedly designed for to take pedals, which got me thinking, there's so many of these amps coming out now.
Unlike all those other amps that aren't designed to take pedals.
Yeah, is that really what we need?
Well,
yes.
But the thing is,
no.
The whole idea that an amp is designed to take pedals is kind of silly to me. I just don't get what character what pedals to begin with.
Yeah, I'm assuming
all of
the
the
distortion. It kind of makes sense with a pedal designer doing that, because I would assume that they're designing with a certain sound in mind. So their thing would be, this is the kind of amp that our pedals are designed to interact the best with. So our dirt pedals, if you're testing on a certain kind of amp and then you build towards that, if you want those pedals to sound like that person wants them to sound, you would put it through the same amp.
I know, but I'm sure I've heard pedal builders say, actually, our pedals are designed for this particular kind of amp and not really other ones. But more often than not, the part of the marketing is, our pedals are great with every single amp that you can
because
ever
own. It's all about
that's
casting a wide net or whatever.
Yeah, and when I've talked to the couple builders I've talked to, it seems like they're really into the idea of okay, I've got Marshall-y stuff at my shop, and I've got Fender-y stuff at my shop, because I want
make sure
to see what it sounds
good through
as
everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the thing that part of what bothers me when somebody releases an amp and says it takes pedals well is say what pedals, because there's not an amp that works well with all pedals, because that doesn't even make sense,
What does that even mean, to work well?
Yeah, ostensibly what it means is the amp, the compression characteristics are, I don't know, because I think the
40 pounds.
I think the blackface, yeah, dude, it's freaking
30,
I bet it comes out of the same
pounds.
factory as the Vox stuff. It's only a 10-inch speaker though. That's pretty heavy for a...
Yeah, how the hell?
Oh, and also the Keeley website says it's a 10-foot speaker. So actually, if it's only
that's not
35
bad,
pounds, that's pretty impressive.
That's a really great weight to size.
Yeah,
ratio.
but you can't really judge the speaker by the size of, by the diameter. It has more to do with the size of the magnet than the actual,
I mean,
diameter.
in some ways, if depending, the size of the speaker is going to have a pretty big effect on where it starts to break up at low end, or where it starts to roll.
But I'm saying
off
in terms of
response-wise. But
weight.
it's not,
In terms of weight.
Oh yeah, totally. There are plenty of 10-inch speakers that are heavier than other 12-inch speakers.
Sorry.
I don't know. I think this Supro, I want to like all these Supro reissue amps, but they seem like they're cool looking, but they're just, I don't know. They don't intrigue me all that much.
I really liked the I forget which one it is. It's the one with the 15-inch speaker. I think it might be the Thunderbolt. That one was fun.
Yeah. Well, plus, like, that's unique.
Yeah, true.
Like, there's not there aren't a million,
15-watt
Fender
combos.
clones that have 15-inch speakers or whatever.
I mean, 15-inch combos, not 15-watt combos. There's a lot of 15-watt combos. There's not a lot of 15-foot speaker combos.
Oh, so get this. What, like, now we'll know that Keeley listens if soon the website gets updated to say 10 inches instead of 10
but check this out.
Yeah.
Speaking of
only
amps and prices, I was looking on Benson Amps Instagram today, and he was asking about people to describe what it sounds like to them when they play it. Anyway, and someone said, "Oh, I wish I could get a Monarch, but it's too expensive." And then he said, "Yeah, I wish stuff was cheaper too, but like we use expensive parts or whatever, so it's expensive." And then he said, "But there are plans for a budget line of Benson amp."
Benson
of Benson
extension
amp.
foot switches.
Benson amp, budget amp. And he said he's already designed it.
A budget line of Benson amp?
I had to explain to my class today that data is plural.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What's the singular?"
Datum.
And I was like, "Well, it's datum, but you don't really say that."
And did someone say datum? Damn near killed him.
No.
Class is stupid.
Well,
this is similar to, like, you don't ever talk about.
They're not stupid.
You rarely talk about, like, a grain of rice.
Yeah. Or like louse. Isn't lice plural and louse is
Yeah.
singular? Yeah, but like you never. Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was
It's like mouse and mice. No, you're thinking of Mao.
You're thinking of a country called Laos.
Oh,
Laos.
That's not where Forrest Gump lost his friend Bubba.
The real Laos wives.
So is the premise of that show that they have lice or that they're from Laos?
I don't know.
Both. Well, it's a mix, and you don't know who is who.
There's like some white chick. I'm guessing she has lice and she's not from Laos. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait.
Wait, is the plural of
week.
grouse? Grice? It is?
Yeah, of course it is. Idiot. Phil, sidebar.
Idiot.
What does grouse mean?
The grouse is a type of bird.
The grouse is always greener.
No, as Phil always says, if there's grouse on the field, play ball. Phil, he loves saying that.
I do not.
Oh, man.
Grouse is always greener.
The grouse.
So stupid.
So my neighbor, my concert date that I always go to concerts with, he bought 4 tickets to go see Beck, and they were like $90. So I took one of them, and then he was never able to sell the other 2, so he took his 10 and 12-year-old kids with us to see Beck. Mm-hmm. And it was a pretty cool concert. But one thing that came out of that, and actually, Beck, do you guys listen to Beck very much?
No.
Not anything.
I remember Odelay.
I mostly know that like his music is weird and stuff, right?
Right.
And, like very different from album to album. But the whole show was basically just like a rock show. Like it was a really good show.
Oh.
That's cool.
But he started so he had this idea, and my neighbor, and we're going to start this group, basically like a music club. There's a book club in our neighborhood that my wife goes to. And
my wife.
like the lady on Monsters Inc. What's her name?
Yeah.
Roz. And we're gonna like, instead of choosing a book that everyone will read, we'll choose like an artist or a band or whatever, and everyone will spend like a month listening to their music, and then we'll all get together and have pillow fights in our underwear and stuff like that. Have you guys ever heard of anything like that?
Pillow fights?
It sounds like it could be really fun and cool, but it also sounds like maybe it will be lame.
So you're going to listen to the album ahead of time and then come together and talk
or
about
like
it?
a whole artist. Or
like a
someone will say
record club.
Yeah, basically.
That's kind of cool. I'd never heard of that, but I like it.
Yeah, I think
the only problem is if you get a bunch of losers coming to it.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like a blog, but in real life.
Whoa, dude. A meat space blog.
It actually sounds more like a Facebook group.
So he did make a Facebook group, and the first person I added was that guy who sold me that telly that was all jacked up and then moved into my neighborhood. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Like he sold all those guitars because he was moving, and then when I went there to buy him, I realized he's moving like one street over from me.
Yeah, that was funny. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Did you invite the dude who you bought the
Les Paul from?
Yes, the Les
twice.
Paul, and then sold it back to him and then bought it from him again?
Yeah, we'll see what he says. He hasn't responded.
Cole, let me ask you a question. You know about audio stuff, right?
Let me ask you this.
What do you think about what do you think about
crappy?
brass as a material for cables? Any benefit that you know of?
Like as a conductor?
Yes, like brass cabling.
Oh. No. What is brass though? Isn't brass just like some
Brass is like
combination of copper and steel or something? I don't know.
Something
you know
like that.
what Cole always says I say?
So
If
there's
there's,
brass on the
field.
So here's why I ask. So you know the brand Exotic with no E.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently they have all brass
they make those
patch cables.
cutie little
now.
pedals.
But here's the thing that makes me really angry about it. I don't know if all brass is good or bad, but they're called all brass, right? And it says all brass jacks, and then it says that they're nickel plated. It's like
that makes
like
me
what?
angry too.
Why is it? It's all brass but nickel plated. It's not all brass.
Brass.
Yes, that's not what all means.
Brass maybe brass corrodes.
Which is fine.
Brass
Like the
monkey.
reason you nickel plate. Well, like the reason that gold plated cables or connectors are nice is because they don't corrode over time or whatever. But like just a quick Google search.
But gold
Copper and
is
zinc.
a
I
great conductor.
Yes, so it's partially because it's people try and sell it as the fact that it's a good conductor, but it's not significantly better than copper. And the reason you want it, the reason it's only coated is because it keeps things from rusting. That's why you want it on your connector.
The
It's 'cause it
nickel?
won't rust over time.
I thought it was because it
about
was so
nickel?
expensive.
No,
he's talking about
gold.
gold.
But I think that's.
But I'm
why,
saying why
no,
would
I
they
don't know if that's
why would they
things are
coat the
nickel
brass
plated.
in nickel then? Why would it be nickel plated?
No, that's what I'm saying. I think nickel probably doesn't corrode as
Did you
much
say
as brass.
nickel
That's the only
plated?
thing
Yeah.
I can think of. Nickel plated.
Nickel plated.
Oh, okay, I can't.
Stop.
But just Googling brass conductivity, the very first thing that comes up, brass is only 28% as conductive as copper. Like,
Maybe that's
So,
what they want. Like
brass
it's
is less
capacitance.
conductive than
so
copper.
check this out. If you Google nickel plated brass, all the first things that come up are about ammo.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Well, is that
So it's
because-
brass versus nickel plated brass.
Hey, can I throw something
Yeah,
in here?
nah.
Before we get too far off the Beck thing, is Beck the one who released an album that was not recorded? It was like a songbook, and he had absolutely no recording of any of the songs, and he was strictly like.
That sounds like
Selling-
something that Ben Folds would have done. Was it Ben Folds?
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Because it sounds familiar.
that sounds like That wouldn't surprise me if Beck did something like that too.
Aaron, you're a faster Googler than I am, so I'm not even going to start.
Got it. Yeah, you're right. Beck.
Type.
Sheet music only album, 2014.
No, scratch.
Okay, like that is such
no, 2012.
hipster
Yeah,
thing.
and then
to
in
do.
2014, someone recorded it.
Was it Ryan Adams?
A group of all-stars, apparently. Whatever that means.
Ooh. Like.
Oh, of course. And you're
Smash
right.
Mouth?
It's so hipster that the original was, it's called Song Reader, and it was released by McSweeney's. So who recorded it? Jeff Tweedy, Jack Black, Jack White, so both Jacks, Jarvis Cocker, and others.
Dude, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which Jack you are.
If you're thinking about being my
It doesn't matter
Jack.
if you're black or white.
I prefer Jack White
So
to Jack
apparently-
Black, to be honest.
What?
I prefer Jack Black
How
to
dare
Jack
you.
White.
What aspect
All.
of them?
Music,
No.
humor,
No.
hangout ability.
Can't-
Whoa.
No,
What?
dude.
You
What?
do realize
No.
that I said
Now
Jack
you're just-
Black to Jack White. I prefer Jack Black to Jack White.
No.
We-
you
I
didn't.
did say that. That's
we
what
did
I
not
said
realize
every
that.
time.
We're going to have to rewind the tape.
Okay.
Yes, I prefer Jack Black to Jack White in almost every way.
My name is Aaron.
Well, I meant
I
Jack Black
prefer-
to Jack White.
My name is Aaron.
So it looks like the nickel-plated brass is more corrosion resistant. So I'm guessing that's
Okay.
why they... Because I'm guessing brass corrodes quickly. But again, I don't... Like, what are they saying is the benefit of it?
So here's what they say
Brass
is the benefit.
corrodes. And
Optimal
absolute brass
signal
corrodes
transfer with
absolutely.
low capacitance for a clear, more defined sound.
There's... No, though. Brass is less conductive.
And then it
And they're
says
nickel-plated,
the
like-
nickel-plated layer provides protection from corrosion, increases connectivity, and allows the cable to lock into any pedal with ease. Well, I mean, that's what all connectors do.
Yeah, like, oh, that's what the connector does. This is the only patch kit. All brass.
Seems like a joke to
Improve
me.
tone and
Oh,
last
yeah.
longer. And then it says avoid pedalboard breakdowns on the road and in the studio, and fortify your rig with all brass. So is that? So are they saying it's because they're more
Maybe.
durable, or it's? This is just silliness. No, in all of my days specifying ropes and wires, I've never heard of brass wires.
Brass wires.
That
You did that
funky
joke
wires. So I'll let you guys know how Music Club goes. I'm excited though because we've talked about. I want to do a podcast where we just do
Talk
that
about ropes?
and
Oh,
talk
sorry.
about music.
I was like, you mean this podcast?
Hi.
Jerks
Thanks for
never
coming
watch
to
you.
my music club. So first I want to talk about my sponsor, Sinusoid.
Go for it.
Yeah, we actually probably should do that.
No, I was saying that's what Cole
I know,
wants to
but
do.
still.
in his,
We're
Just
just rolling
keep
with the
going, you know?
homies.
rolling with the homies.
What do you want to say about Sinusoid, Phil?
Just that I love
Pretend you're
Sinusoid.
doing a record club podcast and Sinusoid is sponsoring it. What would you say about them?
I'd say thank you for turning. Wait, it's a record club podcast. Okay, so it is a podcast. Okay, I can say
Yeah.
hello, welcome to the Record Club podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and when you got a second, go ahead and mosey on over to sinusoid.com.
Like, subscribe,
Check out our sponsor.
comment below.
Smash that smash button for the buy
Cole,
things.
Cole,
I don't
you know a lot. You know a lot
Hit up our
about
Amazon
sound, right? Let me
affiliate
ask you a
link.
question. What's the deal with all brass record needles?
That's good.
I think they're less corrosion resistant, meaning they're more prone to corrosion.
So Supro and Keeley just released a new set of speakers specifically designed for playing vinyl records. They take records really well.
How big are these speakers?
They're 10 feet.
Ooh.
10-foot speaker.
Or is that their girth?
That's the radius of the magnet.
Oh, so they're 20 feet in diameter.
Yes. 2 pi r is area of circle.
No.
Is area.
2
Circumference.
pi r is the circumference.
Pi r squared is the area of the circle.
There you go.
What's the area of a cone? 1/2 height times 2 pi r. No. It's not it.
Yeah, that's
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, it might be. Yeah, but you'd have to integrate
Just
it.
pi
it'd have to
r
be like-
over height.
It'd be like half, like, or 1/4 pi, 1/4 height times radius squared
Your
or
mom.
something. I don't know.
Times
The area equals pi r times r plus the square root of h squared plus r squared.
And this
Oh,
brings us
well, I guess-
to our newest podcast. Aaron Googles things
The volume of a
and
cone.
reads them into a microphone.
Pi r squared h over 3.
Oh, that's the volume, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen this movie called... What was I going to talk about? Never mind. I can't remember. This episode is also sponsored by the Gabriel Tenorio String Company, who... I was looking at his website earlier and his write-up about the pure nickel strings, and it's really interesting. I like that he talks about why he did all this stuff, but it's all like, this is what I like and this is what I think, but try it out. Go ahead.
Actually, I think they're just nickel-coated brass, aren't they?
Yeah. No, it's all nickel,
For
but
conduct.
with a brass coating.
Ah, Nicole.
I hate you so much.
I like you,
I do
Phil.
too. But I hate you.
And Gun Street Wiring. They probably have some brass.
They probably do
things
have
you
some
can get.
brass. Let's get down to brass tacks. How about that?
How have we already talked
About Bad
this?
Babies? Did we talk
At
about
what
Bad
age?
Babies' new album?
No.
Are we going to?
Talk about it.
Have you
Yeah,
listened to it
We
yet?
should.
What is it?
No, but that's a perfect first album for.
I heard she
Cole's.
just. I heard it's just sheet music, and she didn't.
No,
even
it's called
record it.
15. Why is it gross? She's not allowed to be 15?
I mean,
why? That's how old
No.
she is, Phil.
Dude, she was only 15.
Why is that a problem for you?
If you know what I mean.
just like a white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Oh, that was 17.
Ooh, baby.
Okay, that sounds terrible.
Cool.
Check this out.
Is my mic suck
Cool,
again?
it's happening again.
Bad Baby, if you go to their website, it says
Just because I sing
15.
so loud?
Get it now, bish. What the heck? Oh, that's great. That's what it says everywhere. If you want to buy something, that's what the button says.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say that at the end of every sentence or
Just
phrase.
everywhere.
It was just comma bish.
No. That's funny. It's a mixtape. I wonder if it's any good. Like, legitimately. It's not bad. It's not bad. I was listening to Bad Babies 15.
So we're
That's
doing
what I was
now.
doing now.
Are you gonna put it? You have to put it in.
I'll
here now.
put-
You
I'll
have to
splice in the
it
clip.
when you edit it.
It's good.
Is that gangster talk?
There's some other dudes racing. What do you guys think? Do you think MGK will ever respond back to Eminem? And should he?
Who's MGK?
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly. Don't laugh.
Yeah,
that's his name.
Cole. Not everyone can be named Cole Duke. Some of us have to be named Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly.
That's right.
Is Machine Gun Kelly like an old bank robber name too, though?
It is.
He didn't even
took a bank robber's
adapt
name.
it. He literally just took it.
Was he born machine? Was he born? Well, he wasn't born Machine Gun Kelly. Was he born Kelly though? No, his name's Richard Baker. His name's Dick Baker.
Stupid. Yeah, he literally just...
Come on, if your name's Dick Baker, just make that your rap name.
Coulson. His middle name is Coulson, too.
Coulson.
So, what was Vanilla Ice's real name? Because it was also
Van Winkle.
super...
Yeah, it was like
Henry.
Edward or some... No offense, Ed Schuberte.
It's Robert Matthew Van Winkle.
Oh, that's not.
Bob.
No.
Robert Matthew Van Winkle.
I don't think you should ever give your kid two names that can both be like one syllableized. Yeah, Bob Matt Van Winkle. Bob Matt
Van Wink.
Bob Matt V Dub.
Bob Matt. Any other news?
Any other news? That's a seamless segue there.
So I finally got my hands on the Caroline Parabola, and it's pretty flippin' cool.
Dude, I actually got a special pre-release version of the Caroline Hyperbola. So suck on that. Yeah.
It's
so what is it?
Tremolo with it has both amplitude modulation and frequency modulation modes. So like harmonic trim or standard trim. But it also has like this really cool preamp in it.
Like vibrato?
Yeah. It does flanger or vibrato.
Can you do both of them at the same time?
Wah, wah.
You cannot do that.
That'd be cool.
But it sounds really cool.
So,
It's really fun. And the preamp is like super rad. So you can crank that up and it gets like dirty. It's cool. It's very cool.
Have you had any Caroline pedal that you were not impressed with?
I have not. So I've only played. Well, actually, that's not true. I've played almost all of them at this point. I've had the. I have the Wave Cannon. I've had the Shigeharu for a while, Clint's. And then at NAMM I played Tim Balance, Haymaker, and Meteor. But I've not played the Kilobyte. And I have not obviously played the new Pineapple Pizza.
Kilobyte.
Hawaiian Pizza? Hawaiian
This
Pizza.
Man, his money. Who got one of those? Was it
Yeah, I
or
think
something?
he got one. I think Emily Harris got one.
Oh, okay.
Did they just
No,
get
it
shirts?
comes with a shirt.
And wait, and it is
Hawaiian
It is a
Pizza is
tremolo
like a
also?
distortion fuzz. Overdrive distortion fuzz.
oh
Or more, I guess overdrive fuzz.
Oh, so it's like that Nexi pump
Yeah,
starter
overdrive
board?
distortion fuzz.
it's exactly like that.
I
The
love
exact
it
same
so
amount of
much, though.
cables.
It looks so good.
It does look
And
really
it
good.
sounds really cool.
But that's the reason I asked, because you have quite a bit of experience with Caroline
Yeah.
pedals, and it seems like you've never really had a negative.
No, and I
opinion
think
about
the
them.
reason
Is
why
that
is
fair to
that Philippe does a really good job of making stuff that's like unique, and it has a very
Yeah.
Not unique necessarily. I mean, it is unique, but more than that, I think it has like a specific point of view.
It
has like I would say like a point of view is, I think, a good way to put it. Like, it does what it does, and it does it well, and it's like, so it doesn't sound like, like if you get a tube screamer, you're like comparing it to every other tube screamer that you have, or like whatever. But
yeah,
I think his stuff is all unique enough that you don't do that.
It's like we talked about with Chase Bliss one time, that they don't have very many pedals, and that
same.
well, because each one is good. Like there's just a handful of Caroline pedals, right?
There's like 6 or 7 of them now, but like
they're not like JHS or Keeley or whatever.
Yeah, they have tons. Like Keeley has, I feel like Keeley is getting close to like Electro-Harmonix level amounts of pedals.
Yeah, which is fine, but it's
just
it's
a totally different.
It's just a different thing.
It's a different thing. And I've really liked most of the Keeley pedals that I played too.
Yeah. But like part of the problem, like it almost like when you have companies like that, I don't know. It's easy to just keep thinking, oh, maybe I'll get this other one because it's slightly different. It does this thing that I might want to do. But it's like, well, if I want to get a Caroline pedal and I want to delay, I only have a couple options, and it's going to sound good.
Well, there's one option. I don't think, other than like dirt pedals, they do anything, have more than one of anything.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And I also like that they do a bunch of limited edition finishes. Feels fun. And I just love the Wave Cannon.
But honestly, like, there's probably, I don't know, like, are there that many pedals out now? You said you've liked all the Keeley stuff you've played. I've probably liked, like, that's part of why I was asking earlier about that Nexi stuff. Like, do you have any reason to think this will sound better? Like, there's so many pedals out there that just sound
that's
good.
True.
Like, they're just really good pedals, and like that you have reason to think that the people behind these pedals, like Robert Keeley is like this pedal wizard who has been doing it for years and years and years, and so he's like perfected a lot of aspects of it. And same with Philippe or any of the other guys, Joel Corti, or like, they all make really good pedals that sound really good and do cool things. Like, what in the world would make you think these guys, or like the freaking KHDK?
Yeah, KHDK
pedals. like what would make you want to
buy
that?
I get that. The KHDK one's not that weird. The thing that bothers me is like when they try to just have a gimmick, like that's gonna make it be the one that you're gonna get. Like, who's gonna fall for that?
Yeah, like the KHDK is just another pedal.
Brand, and it's actually a pretty decent
like,
tube screamer. I kind of like it.
And the barrier of entry is low, where with this Nexi stuff, it's like, oh, come to this brand you know nothing about and don't trust, and we'll be complete. Everything for you. Like, you're gonna have a new board, and if you want to use one of your existing pedals, you have to buy this freaking weird adapter plate that has a serial connector.
Because that's how everything connects to the board. That's how the pedals connect. So that's like the power and the audio.
No pun intended.
So that plate does that, and then you plug your pedal into the plate, basically.
I need to see the bottom of one of these pedals now. Because that is...
It's bananas.
Ridiculous.
Lunacy.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail us again on this stuff.
Connexy.
Oh, yeah, that is the bottom.
Yeah, that's what all the pedals do.
It's straight up just
and
a
check this
9-pin.
out. I'm looking at it again. We ship from Hong Kong, China. They don't even have a warehouse. They ship directly from China.
Holy crap. They ship direct from China. And that little adapter plate is freaking 25 euros. Let's see how much the pedals are. Okay, how about this tremolo? 99 euros. Good criminy. Show me one person in the universe that would buy this before they'd buy an Electro-Harmonix
Fans
pedal.
of Oriente.
Or Boss pedal. Like, I guess.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So weird.
There's no good reason.
I think it's tourists who are on vacation in Amsterdam.
And they order something
They
and
get
it's
super
from
high.
China.
They get super high. They're stumbling through the streets. And then they see this in a window. And they're like, oh, my son would love that.
Can I get it for 39 cents?
That's a pretty small
old
market they're shooting. If
stoned
that's-
people in Amsterdam with guitars.
If what you're saying is true,
Old
and that is
stoned
their
moms.
target market, then it seems kind of limited. So where? Oh, is that what that article that was in that?
that
guitar-
Brett posted.
Yeah.
Guitar Girl.
Man, this and honestly, like 2018 is not the time to be jumping headfirst into the pedal world. Like, we got it covered here. Like, there's not much room left at the table for new guys.
Yeah, you just
I don't know.
freaking get out of
Maybe
here.
I'm cynical. Yeah.
You're right, Cole. There's not room at the table for new guys, but new girls.
Yes.
What?
I feel like if a reputable pedal company teamed up with her and like released a line of pedals, that it could be really successful and a cool thing. But like, it's such a weird brand, and now I'm going to see ads for them everywhere. Apparently, and
I know,
clicking
because
on
we've been
it.
talking. Well, we've also gone to their sites and stuff. You're like, ooh, these guys are really interested. He even added one to his cart. You gotta nail this guy.
Oh, it's funny.
Bjorn, I think we got a potential customer.
Do you?
Yeah, baby
Is that their
Bjorn.
names?
Bad baby Bjorn.
Bad baby Bjorn. Damn it, you beat me to it.
Bad baby Bjorn Borg.
Bad baby Bjorn Borg.
What if? Okay, so for a Halloween costume,
What was the?
Bjorn Borg.
What was it at the end of the?
Bjorn Borg.
Yeah.
Is that a tennis player?
Oh crap, Aaron.
Bad baby Bjorn
her
again.
website.
Bish.
Bish. That's what I meant.
It's Bad baby Burn again.
Bad babies want to get Bjorned.
Bad baby Bjorn.
Rubber
Bish.
baby buggy Bjornpers. Stupid.
Rubber baby buggy bishes.
How about Bjorn again Bish jeans?
Yeah, how about that?
How about that?
That was like layers deep. Which made it worse. Made it less fun.
Now work in Arby's and we're gonna
Bad
be all set.
Barbies. Stupid.
Throw another shrimp on the bad baby.
Bjorn,
Throw another
Bjorn,
bish on the bad baby.
Let's not.
Bjorn and Cheddar.
Nice accent. Where you from? Austria.
Good day, mate.
Let's not.
Bjorn and Cheddar
Bjorn and Cheddar.
with horsey
That's
sauce.
just rude. Remember when Dr. Phil said, "Thank you for that"?
Yes.
That was so good.
That was when she said, you should be, you should thank me because I made you famous.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
It was so good.
Guys, thank you for friendship.
Thank you for friendship.
Thank you for friendship.